Hello, my name is Jimmy and welcome to the first look of the Infiniti QX55. This isn't the full review as I only have this vehicle for, well, about a day. So not the full review, but a quick look to see what's new, what's fresh, and why you may be interested in it. So let's talk looks. It definitely is different, right? Because this is a coupe comparing to the QX50, which is the regular SUV shape. This looks, in my eyes, better. Personally, I've never been a fan of these coupe-like SUVs. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, you buy an SUV because you want the functionality of a utility vehicle, thus the U in SUV. But you get a coupe and you just half that. Or not so much half it, but you definitely reduce the amount of cargo and the utility that you normally get in a regular SUV. And in this, it's the same. If you compare this to the QX50, which it's based on, you get more volume within the QX50. But I gotta say, there's something about this I actually like quite a bit. Like if it's the X3 versus the X4, I like the X3 more. The GLC coupe versus the regular GLC, I like the regular GLC more. But this, it's weird. I actually like the QX55 more than the QX50. But of course, looks are subjective, so in your eyes, it may be a little bit different. With the coupe-like profile, there are some changes to the overall vehicle, but there's one that is good, because it's actually 10% stiffer than the traditional QX50. I mean, this is because of how the rear end is shaped, and because of that, it's just a little bit more boxed off. In terms of mechanical differences, there's very, very little between this and the regular QX50. There are like trim differences, but mechanically it's the same. The engine that's underneath the hood is still a 2-liter VC turbo, variable compression. Really, really cool technology, but in practice, it's not that great. It doesn't make any more power than other 2-liter turbos, and it isn't a whole lot more efficient than other 2-liter turbos. So it's kind of like a whole lot of like engineering behind it for not too much. But in any case, it is cool. The only thing is it's made it to a CVT. Yeah, the CVT has been retuned, so it is a little bit better. It's a little bit more responsive than before. Driving it around, yeah, I can say it is a little bit better than the QX50 that I remembered, but not by much. It's still paired to an all-wheel drive system that's mostly front-wheel drive, but chances is you won't care so much about that. Infiniti says this encapsulates a lot of the FX35 and the FX45 that they previously had, because that was like the first real coupe-like SUV. I can kind of see it, but the FX was a real drive platform. It had an Intesa all-wheel drive system. It was really, really good, and it, set the benchmark really high. This is more comfort than sporty. The coupe-like profile may throw you off a little bit. With my limited time with it, I don't honestly think that it's any more sporty than it is comfortable. So yeah, that's my initial impression of the QX55. Hopefully I'll be able to book this vehicle for a full week where I get a little bit more extensive testing with it. But so far, not bad. But there are your general QX Infiniti gripes. You get the dual screen infotainment, which but it has wireless CarPlay, which is an Infiniti first, which I personally love. The rear seats, while yes, you'd get the same amount of legroom, you do get a little bit less headroom. Me at 5'11", sitting in the back, not a problem. I fit perfectly fine in here. I don't have any issues whatsoever. The trunk itself, yeah, is a little bit smaller, but it's smaller on top of the tonneau cover. So more general sense of kind of what you'll be filling in, that shouldn't really cause any issues. Driving, it's fine. I don't think it's bad in any way, but it's not exciting. If you're looking for something a little bit more powerful and stuff like that, I mean, BMW makes the X4M, and you can definitely take a look at that. This is priced a lot lower than that, of course. Depending on the range that you choose, the QX55 starts at 52,000 Canadian dollars, and it tops out at 61,000 Canadian. And that's what this specific model is. But even with the base trim, you get 360 camera and a whole bunch of stuff that even the base QX50 doesn't have, because it's actually a step up from the base. So is the QX55 worth checking out? Well, it kind of varies. If you're the small percentage of people that like coupe SUVs, then yeah, absolutely. There are a few different pieces in here that's kind of weird, but overall, I think it's a very good product and it looks amazing. I love these piano key LED taillights. They're just amazing. But I guess that's really it. Thank you so much for watching this quick look, and hopefully I'll be able to give you the full review in the future. Take care.